Hello, welcome to Talk a Good Game. It's just finished. Arsenal 0, West Ham United 1 at the Emirates. Jarrod Bowen with the only goal of the game. I am absolutely buzzing. That was intense. I'm not going to lie. My arse cheeks were clenched for about half an hour watching that game. And it's been a long time since I've been that invested and that emotional, cheering every kick, every header, every free kick, celebrating it like we just scored as well. That game had me hooked from this, well, more so from 1-0 West Ham. I'm not going to lie. But, oh, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Make no doubt about it. That is a massive result for Graham Potter, West Ham, and Liverpool as well. Fantastic performance. Loads of fantastic performances today as well. So let's discuss the highlights. Let's discuss some players that were involved. And let's discuss Graham Potter. Magician. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Even if you think you subscribe, just double check and also drop a like on the video as well. If we can hit 1,000 likes, that would be good. And we should, because West Ham won. Arsenal fans may not be liking the video, but West Ham fans, Liverpool fans, Spurs fans, don't know why you're here, but even if you're watching, liking the video. Anyway, I'm happy. Going to try and calm down and get some sort of like thought process going, but I am absolutely buzzing with that one, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think I'm sweating watching that, to be honest with you. Anyway, well done, West Ham. But for the first 45 minutes before Jarrod Bowen scored, I was quite even, to be honest with you. I think both teams started the game sloppy. I think both teams were hitting a few misplaced passes. The tempo was quite low. Neither keeper, Areola or David Raya, were especially bothered by anything. I would argue that we had the better of the opportunities. Arsenal had a couple of half chances, but Areola was not that busy. And I would suggest before Jarrod Bowen scored, Thomas Souček had a really good chance with a header. He had two headers. One was a bit more difficult than the other one, though. But one was a half chance for a player of that ability. And then the other one was Jarrod Bowen. Wan-Bissaka had a good run down the right-hand side, cut it back, and he put it wide, Jarrod Bowen did. So I think I would argue, even before 1-0, we had the better. They weren't the greatest chances in the world, but we had the better two chances. It was a comfortable 44 minutes for both teams. I think Arsenal looked pretty relaxed, and I think we looked pretty relaxed. It was pretty fair. And then we made it 1-0. And Wan-Bissaka went down that right-hand side, put the cross in. Jarrod Bowen with the diving header. Fantastic. And who was marking Jarrod Bowen, or who was refusing to mark Jarrod Bowen? Declan Rice. And yes, I am a little bit petty, but I don't care. I'm a West Ham fan. I enjoyed it. There was an element of fun to it as well. But the Hammers went 1-0 up. Superb goal, superb assist. In 1-0 at half time. Well done, West Ham. Job was done at that point. We'd kept them away from our goal, posed a bit of a threat, and took one of our chances as well. What Graham Potter put out was working. The formation was working. The defence was looking really good. I thought Scarles and Creswell had a really good partnership down that left-hand side in the first half. I thought Bowen and Kudus, while they weren't involved, you could see they were in line with each other. The team, West Ham, looked organised in that first 45. Now, if you go back to how we played Brentford, the first half against Brentford, we were crap. There was no organisation. Everyone was at 6s and 7s. None of that today. Every player knew their role, and everybody was carrying that role out really well. Even when Arsenal did have something in around the 18-yarder, Calafiori had a shot, Trossard had a shot, Declan Rice had a shot, blocked. The defence was throwing themselves in the way of each other, reading the game really well. I thought Wan-Bissaka was superb going forward. A very energetic performance from him, something we've come used to at West Ham. But anyway, it came out for the second half, and it was going to be difficult. It was going to be difficult. They were going to crank up the pressure, and they were. We were sitting in, and we were always going to play it like that. We've seen it already with Graham Potter against the likes of Aston Villa and Chelsea. We don't mind sitting on the edge of our box. We can absorb pressure and look to play on the counter-attack. Whilst we were doing it for the first half, the pressure from Arsenal wasn't there, perhaps. They were passing it around without really posing much threat. But I thought in the second half, they started to ramp it up a bit. The crosses were coming in. Trossard had a really good opportunity at the back post, but just couldn't quite connect with it. Had a good shot saved by Areola. The pressure was there from Arsenal, and I'm not going to lie, it was a bit worrying. And then Todibo went off. Now, there was other subs as well, but I'll hold my hands up. When Todibo went off, I panicked. Now, it's obviously a pre-planned sub by Graham Potter. He's just come back from injury. They've obviously decided before the game he can do an hour, and that's it. But I thought he looked really good. I thought Todibo was playing really, really good up until this point. He got a yellow card for batting the ball out of Marino's hands, but the sub was ready to come on at that point. If he wasn't, that's the quickest time I've ever seen a sub get ready, because about 10 seconds later, Todibo was going off. And when Mavropanos come on, I'm not going to lie, I panicked. I think I almost felt justified with the free kick he conceded as well, but I was a little bit scared at this point. But then Lewis-Skelly decided to get sent off. How possible? Like, listen, he overturned his own decision, okay? So I will say sort of, no credit, acknowledgement for that. But how have you gave that as a booking in the first place? I thought it was a stonewall red card. Fantastic from Kudus, who I thought was exceptional today. Fantastic, aggressive. At this point, Kudus is tired. Kudus was tired for about the entire second half. The amount of chasing lost balls he was just running around constantly today. He looked knackered. But he goes in hard on Lewis-Skelly, wins the ball fairly, gets brought down, and gives a booking. Like I said, I acknowledge VAR told him to go do it. And I'm just glad that whoever's on VAR, can't recall his name. I can picture him. It's a guy who looks a bit like from the cartoon. Anyway, he has a set of bollocks on him and go, I think you've got this one wrong. Thank fuck he overturned it, because that was a shocking decision to only give him a yellow card. Rayo's on the halfway line practically. Kudus is running in on goal. And when I say on goal, I mean empty net goal. The only the red card was the only possible outcome there. That I hoped and I assumed that would make it a little bit easier for us. And for the next couple of minutes, it looked like that was going to happen. We started passing the ball about a little bit. We started to try and hold the ball in midfield and defend, something we really struggled to do in this game. We didn't retain possession very well. And when you're trying to get the ball out of defence to create attacks, it's understandable. I'm all for it. But I thought we were just hurrying the ball away. We were just booting it anywhere just to get rid of it. But it was coming straight back at us. 11v11 against a team of Arsenal's quality, I get it. But when they went down to 10 men, I thought, here we go. This is what we need. Now we can start to just calm things down, slow the game down, start having the ball a little bit more. And we didn't really do that. It was still a little bit hurried, and I appreciate I'm nitpicking here. I don't feel negative, but I just thought we could have done a bit better keeping the ball, because I thought Arsenal then started putting the pressure on continuously. They kept on doing it. Obviously, with the nature of the game is going to happen, but I just thought we could have been a bit better at taking the sting out of Arsenal's attack. They went close. Ben White went close toward the end. They had a lot of crosses. Our centre-backs dealt with them really well. I thought Kilman was doing really well. Mavropanos, to his credit, was clearing plenty towards the end of the game. Gave away a stupid free kick, though, an absolute ridiculous free kick to concede. Trossard went by him, facing away from the goal, and just sort of kicks him for no reason. Luckily, it came to nothing, but it was just one of... If you were to not support West Ham, if you've got to this point, you're an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan, you're still a Spurs fan, you want to know why we're not keen on Mavropanos. That's why. It was just one of them. It's just unnecessary. You've made him change direction and go away from goal. You've done your job. Now just stand him up and keep him going in that direction. Don't concede the free kick. A silly thing to do. Should have made it 2-0. Kudus, great break. Wan-Bissaka gives the ball to Kudus. He's off. It's him and Ferguson beyond the halfway line. What I will say is, that happens a little bit earlier in the game. I think we maybe do better there. I think that was just a tired Kudus. I think he was absolutely shot by this point and just ran out of energy. Otherwise, I think you would have seen a more direct... And I know people say... I've seen people say he was selfish, but he wasn't selfish. He passed the ball. arguably he needed to be selfish and try and go for a goal himself or do a better pass. I thought the pass was someone that was tired. He did everything right. His run was right. His intention was right. Pass could have maybe come a bit sooner, but I actually think the pass just needed to be better and played in front of Ferguson rather than at Ferguson, or try and go for a goal yourself. Unselfish, not a great pass. And it's like I said, it's just unlucky. I'm not going to criticize Kudus for it. I'm observing what happened. We're discussing the highlights. Just tired. That's all Kudus was. He was just knackered. But it finished 1-0, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Potter's tactics, spot on. Like I said, we could have kept possession a bit better, but he turned up with a plan. And I didn't want to say this before the game, because last week I made a point about how Graham Potter was unbeaten against Thomas Frank. 6 games head-to-head, 5 victories and a draw. Graham Potter against Arsenal, he has a really good record. His points per match on average is 1 point something. He's actually got a not too shabby record against Arsenal. Potter, not necessarily Arteta, but Arsenal as a whole. So huge win today. It just, any concerns that some people may have had about relegation, I hope they're gone now. I hope those that were worried about relegation coming into this weekend, watching this, you can let me know in the comments. I hope now you're a bit more relaxed, because it's a nice place to be when you're not worried about it too much. But Ipswich got smashed. Yes, Wolves, they were winning when I started this. I assume they've gone on to beat Bournemouth, but another win for us. We've got Leicester coming up. We can look forward to that as well. In terms of individual performers, there was a lot. There was a lot out there. It was a performance of Warriors, actually. I was disappointed by some of our attitudes in the first half against Brentford. None of that today. From the first minute to the last minute, it was just 11 players. I include the subs here. I include Mavpano, Sola and Ferguson. 11 players committed, sleeves rolled up. Let's get stuck in, fighting for everything. Getting out run by the goalkeeper. It was funny. Whilst it was exciting to see James Ward-Prowse try and get on to the end of the ball and then obviously be on the halfway line with no goalkeeper. See him get outrun by a goalkeeper was quite funny, but I'm not that bothered. Goalkeepers are athletic. It's not like they're fat and slow. Maybe in the olden days where not so much anymore. They have the same training as the outfielders, but it was funny. But 11 players just giving their all from the start to the finish, and I absolutely love it. There was some good tackles going in there from us. 50-50s. I feel like we won most. I feel like we've done most. When Monday morning, I'll do the player rating show with Gonzo and Patreon. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at the Wise Scout report and get all the statistics from all the players. And we won't just go through the entire thing. We'll just do pick out one or two stats per player if we feel it's necessary for context. I'm looking forward to the win percentage of duels, because I expect every player to have won the majority. It certainly felt like that anyway. Maybe not the attackers. They were up against Saliba and Gabriel, but the defense, bang, bang, cross, bang, win it. Second ball, win it. That was a good performance. That was a fantastic team performance. There was a lot of individual performances in there that I'm very, very pleased about as well. I think Bowen, superb finish. Understand why he went off. Again, a player just back from injury. He looked tired as well. I thought you could have taken him or Kudus off. I thought Kudus was doing better than Jarrod Bowen. Right sub by Graham Potter, but I thought Bowen had a good game. It's a thankless task. I thought our midfield three was really good. When the team come out, there was a lot of uncertainty over how it would perform, myself included. I thought as a three, they did very well. They weren't perfect, but they did good. And I thought all three had a good game. Wan-Bissaka was fantastic. He was fantastic in that right wing back role. Over on the left-hand side, Creswell, Scars, individually, brilliant. As a partnership, also fantastic. Good game from Kilman. Ariel had little to do, but did what he had to. But there's two contenders for my West Ham man of the match. There's two contenders. There's Mohammed Kudus and there's Declan Rice. Joking. Well, I'm not really. Kudus was at his best today. He needed to be, and he was. Well done to Kudus. I thought he held most of the things up. He was shrugging defenders off. And that tackle on Lewis-Skelly, and he didn't, it's not like he dived to get him sent off. He ended up getting brought down and getting sent off. Kudus did nothing wrong there. A pivotal moment of the game that was driven just by sheer determination by Kudus. He was fantastic today. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. So man of match, Gio's man of match, Mohammed Kudus. And well done to Graham Potter. 1 win in 6 coming into this one. A little bit of pressure on him. Not necessarily he's going to get sacked if he doesn't win kind of thing, but results go against us elsewhere, like the Wolves one, for example. Starts to look a little bit ropier. But that win, hopefully, has just chilled everyone out. We can look forward to the game against Leicester on Thursday. And I think there's been a couple of games Potter's got things right, and we've got nothing to show for it. Villa, twice. Chelsea. Today he got it right, and he's got his reward, which is 3 points. So massive well done, Graham Potter. Massive well done to every player involved, and a massive thank you to you guys for tuning in. Like I said, please do drop a like on the video. Means a lot to me. It genuinely does. It's a bit of a wet wipe thing to say. I don't care. I'm feeling really happy. Click the thumbs up. Sky Hammers chat. Tomorrow morning, I'll be live at 9 a.m. on this channel, catching up with you guys in the live chat where you will be having your say. So if you're kicking about at 9 a.m. tomorrow, come join me. If not, then hopefully you'll watch the video later on in the day. But thank you very much. And yes, well done, West Ham.